Well, we're ending the month on a green note. I'm happy about that. Had a short day today, done trading by noon. So yeah, let's just dive right in. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. It is Wednesday, April the 30th, the last day of April, and we really wanted to have a good, solid green day today, which we did. I'm glad about that. And wrapping the month up on a positive note, let's just take a quick look here at TradeZella. This is today $790 in profit, 90% win rate, which is off the charts for me. I never have win rates that high. I just had a really good day. Average win to loss today, 28 was my average win to loss. Average winner was $88. I had one little teensy little loser for $3. So the average trade win to loss ratio was just exceptional. But today, this is totally an anomaly. This is not anything near, if you're watching this for the first time, this is not a normal trading day. This is not typical. This is way better than typical. But looking at the month, we ended the month down about $1,000. This week, for the last part of April here, up 1,200, which is nice. If I just look at my Apex accounts, I did lose my Tradeify accounts early in the month. That was the big loss. But on Apex, we are up 1,300 on the month. Not a lot, but we're up. And we didn't have any major strings of losses or wins this month. The biggest losing day was on the Apex side of things was 40. Well, I had a $1,400 loser on day 1 and also on day 23 of the month. And today was actually the best winning day, I believe. 790. Yep. Nope. I had an 840 there on April the 8th. But in any case, good solid month. I'm happy with it. Just, again, I'm working on the trading a lot more break and retests, trading the levels, very key, very much so. And this week, every day I've done a trade plan every morning and then followed that plan to the best of my abilities. I did deviate here and there a little bit, but I think that was one of the reasons that really kept me green this week. I mean, it's not a big green 3 days, but having a good solid game plan, trade plan was definitely a big win for me. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk through the trades here. I did note them in TradeZella like I typically do. I mean, I can just show you just from a transparency's sake. So the trades for today, like let's just jump to the best one. That was this one right here. I didn't have anything big, like I couldn't 2.5 stars trade, 1R basically on this one here. I didn't have anything big, but I just traded well, took some good moves. Break and retest of the 19-230s, had a nice move on the first target, and then we started consolidating. I finally killed the trade. Nice trade, but had I left my stop at break even, it could have been a very good trade. I'm seemingly in a pattern that if I leave my stop break even, it gets hit. When I trail my stop, it gets hit, and then if I would have left it break even, I would have had a nice move, and I feel like that's kind of the case. But this was just a beautiful break and retest. I was a little bit too patient. I've been a little bit too patient on some of these trades and left some money on the table. This was a really nice trade, $175, so 1R, but it could have been a lot better. A, had I let it run like I talked about, or B, if the entry would have been down here where I really should have. I had a couple holds there, waited on the third one, that candle pushed out, and then caught the wick, but a good trade nonetheless. So let's just dive to the charts. I'll just walk through those. So the trades today on this morning, I was really, and let me, if you watch the trade plan video, the big sell-off on news really kind of changed the game a little bit. I mean, the levels stayed the same, but I wasn't as, in the morning session, I was really looking for something above these highs, which we really ripped above these highs on, I think, earnings here after the close. But again, I had actually shut down my trading by noon, so there was no chance of catching that. But I was really looking for something to set up above here, and I was looking for shorts down below here. Well, we were already down in this area by the time the market opened. And so the trade plan today was really just trusting the levels and taking good setups accordingly, which we did. So, but the first one was this little hold, like this was soon after the open, like 9:34. I rarely trade this early, but we had the big move down and we held it quite well at this 230 level, and this level play comes into play. I think I've got, this may freeze up on me. No, maybe it won't. I just want to talk about this level for a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so the 230s, the 230s are right here. This is these lows that we had earlier in the week, and that corresponds with these highs we had back here in mid-April. And so that was why that level was on the charts. And we caught that, and this was just, we sold right down into that point, and I just decided to take this long, and it was a bit of a lucky trade. Get out with one contract, $60, nice contract, or nice profit target there, and then my stop obviously moved to break even, took me out, but it was a profitable trade. That's the win. We ended up falling apart, and I then took my next trade on NQ, I believe on my 84 accounts, these middle accounts. I am slowly but surely getting these marched toward a payout. We're at 1390, almost 1400 in profit on this one, and 1100 or $1,000 on this one. Well, almost 1100, I guess. So, hey, we're over halfway on the one account. That's a win. But anyway, this one here, this is the trade I looked at on TradeZilla that I showed you. I was looking for this break and retest again of the same 230. I waited a little bit too long, took the first nice move up to the first target, and my break-even stop jumps in about 20 points in profit on every trade on the NASDAQ. And after I got that first profit target hit, went all the way up here to about 200. I could have just killed it at VWAP right at 200 and pulled back, and I was within like 1 point of getting stopped out break even, and it pushed back up, and then I started pushing my stop, and I got my stop hit, and I was out with a $175 trade. Had I left it, my original target was right up here at low of day yesterday. Had I left it, I would have got that full trade. And so again, I may need to just bite the bullet and allow my ATM to work. And if I get in a trade and I get my first profit target hit and the stop moves to break even, just walk away, maybe close the charts, or I don't know, do something and just let it work. Because when I decide to leave it work and I watch the trade, I get stopped out. When I decide to trail the stop, it seems that if I would have just left it where it was at break even, the move happens and I get my full fill. So I don't know. I need to work on that. It's just something that I'm dealing with that I have to work on. Next trade on NQ, actually the last trade on NQ, I think was on these account. Nope, that was on 86. These top or these bottom two accounts, kind of the ones I'm trying to revive. They weren't down that much, but trying to revive them. This was a trade that I really can't. It was on this move right here, this big red candle. This is one we couldn't break this 480. This is that big low area that's been in play for quite some time here. The 480s were right here. Or is it the 480s? No, the 480s were for intraday from yesterday. Anyway, we couldn't break it. And this is one of those moves where just watching price action as long as I saw this candle start rejecting, and I just knew this thing was going down, and I just jumped in quickly with 3 contracts, and I had my target set. Really, I just quickly moved the targets tight. I mean, the first one got hit almost immediately, boom, boom, and then we pulled back, took me out break even, which I was completely fine with, but that was a nice little $100 trade, just a quick little, almost a scalp trade. And that was the last trade of the day that I took. So very happy with the execution there. 3 trades on the NAS, and I had, man, this thing is just ripping. I don't know what earnings. I did look at earnings earlier. I can't recall who was releasing earnings this afternoon, but boy, something has definitely moved this market. We had quite a move back down this morning, and finally today, we are way above these big highs. So maybe this market's going to, maybe now the bulls are stepping into play. Let's look at the daily chart here. Yeah, see where this thing is ending up. We're up above. We're at the 50 SMA, which is awesome. We have not touched the 50 SMA since back here in February. So I love seeing this. Yes, sorry, I'm getting rabbit trailed here a little bit, but yes, big wick. Look at these big wicks. I talked about this earlier. We just had the big move down. Not quite at the 58 EMA yet, but definitely pushing the right direction. So, all right, back to business. Sorry, I got derailed there a little bit. I took 1 trade on the ES. This was just a break and retest of yesterday's lows. Caught 1 contract out break even, just a nice little trade that was on these bottom accounts. I think this may have been the one where this account right here got stopped break even without any profit, and so I had the $3 loss, I think, on this trade on this account, 85. Let's just check that. I think it was this trade. Yeah, see that? took me out, and apparently there was a little bit slippage in the fills, and this one must have been like one tick above 86. And so this one got stop break even, but this one here, we got the fill on the first contract hit. So that's that. And then I took a gold trade. I took a gold trade this morning. My plan on gold was, if we had a break and retest hold above yesterday's lows, I would take that long. And I did, and we really just went completely sideways from there. Took it long soon after the open. We had these nice wicks holding, went long. It kind of took a little while, and I finally got out there, one contract, and obviously break even stop was in play, took me out, but I was a positive trade. And then the rest of the day has just been sideways and just kind of falling apart here at the end of the day. So anyway, I've been very cautious about gold, but that move was there, and that was part of the daily trade plan, and I took it, and I was a winning trade. So that's a win. Nothing on YM. And yeah, we are going to see where this thing goes. So that's the long and the short of today. Just a quick reminder, the Apex sale is ending tonight. So that 80% off Apex sale ends tonight. If you need evals, please use my code, and thank you to those of you that do. Code BCT gets you the best deal with Apex, Take Profit, and also Trade Zello, by the way. Take Profit steal is going on. I don't know if that's going to end tonight or not. It may. But anyway, Take Profit and Apex, and I know the Apex sale is ending tonight. That's a really good sale. So, but thanks for using my code and supporting the channel. I appreciate that. Also, I think tomorrow is May 1st, and I am simply going to take the day off. So there will be no trade plan tomorrow. There will be no update tomorrow. I am just simply going to take a day off from trading, and I'll be back at it on Friday. So that's the game plan. And I guess I will wish you the best of luck. Hope you trade well tomorrow and also on Friday, and we'll catch up with you probably on Friday afternoon. Take care, and so long.